Alrighty, so this is going to be a reading for my Virgos. Thank you so much for joining me here. And this is going to be a look at the angel messages or the messages from your spirit guides, the universe, whatever you may believe in. And we're going to get into the nitty gritty in regards to what you may need to hear at this moment that may help you, give you clarity, give you that confirmation you may be needing. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Before we start, if you're new here, excuse me, getting tongue tied. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Crystal. If you would like to see more of my tarot readings, definitely make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. What's going on today? Hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I post. And if you would like to get a personal reading, because this is general, definitely make sure you check out the description box as well so that you can go ahead and book you a session. And also take advantage of the 20% off opportunities, which are on my site as well. But let's go ahead and get into it now that we got that out of the way. The first thing I kind of want to touch on, Virgos, is going to be your financial situation. Of course, everybody's going through a weird situation due to the fact of what's going on in the world, the word that I can't say here on YouTube. And some people are thriving, some people may not be thriving as much, but I just want to kind of look at an overall message for everybody so that we can kind of look at how we can get favorable results for the time being. Okay. So how can my Virgos get favorable results in regards to their financial situation during this time frame? What is the message from the universe for them? So the card that fell on the floor says, I can see my world through the eyes of Source. And on the back of it, it says, by choosing better feeling thoughts and by speaking more of what you do want and less of what you don't want, you will gently tune yourself into the vibrational frequency of your broader perspective. To see your world through the eyes of the Source is truly the most spectacular view of life. For from the vibrational vantage point, you are in alignment with and therefore in the process of attracting only what you would consider to be the very best of your world. Interesting. So this card is making sure that you're tuning your focus not so much on things that you don't want to experience. See, the problem is a lot of people, they always want to talk about what they don't want. I don't want to do this because I'm not doing that again. Or I don't want to have this job because I don't want to deal with all that work. People always want to talk about what they don't want, but never speak of what they do want. Like nobody's ever specific about that, but they're specific about what they don't want. People focus more energy on the negative than the positive because it's easier to tune in to the negative, of course, and to say, well, I'm never doing that, because you've learned from your experiences that, okay, doing certain things yield certain experiences. So for some reason, people only hold on to the negative experiences than the positive experiences and the positive takeaways. So what needs to happen is some of you need to kind of, instead of tuning in on the, oh, well, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, focus more on what you do want. What do you want? And you need to make sure you're clear on that. And you need to, like I said, focus your vantage point or your energy into something that's more vibrationally in alignment with you, instead of just focusing on things that you don't want to be in alignment with you. Because everybody knows whatever you focus your time and energy and effort into manifest. It doesn't matter what it is. If you focus on negative thinking patterns, oh, I'll never be happy, I'll never find a relationship, then you end up being single for 10 years because you believed it for so long that it became true. That's how magic works. But that's a whole nother spiel. I always get super passionate about law of attraction, but that's literally how it works. Let's see what else comes out. Virgos, what are the messages from the universe for them? Okay, we have classes. It says learning and teaching are a part of your higher calling. So some of you may be somebody who would benefit from teaching others things that you may know. You may be somebody who's knowledgeable in stocks, or you may be somebody who enjoys the youth, and you could be a good teacher or an asset in regards to that. Some of you could be needing to take some classes in regards to some sort of business that you're trying to start or a job that you're trying to acquire. And there's nothing wrong with taking some classes, even if you aren't really, trying to get a job specifically that requires classes. Some of you could be just needing to brush up on your information when it comes to what you're doing right now. So it never hurts to take some sort of classes. It never hurts to kind of learn more. And also understand that the universe is your classroom as well. Okay, everything that we go through is a learning lesson. You're never supposed to come out of a lesson and be like, well, dang, I'm just so less fortunate. And no, you should always walk away from any situation, whether it's somebody cheating on you, a job that you hate and you got fired, whatever it may be. You're supposed to walk away with an understanding of what you should not ever do again to get yourself in certain situations. Okay. We also have, it says, nurture yourself. It says investing time in self-care now will yield more energy for you later. And yeah, some of you may be working a little too hard right now, or you could be stressed out, and you do need to take care of yourself, whether it's emotionally or physically. Some of you, it's not like a eating thing per se. Some of you it is, but for others of you, it's more of a mental thing. You need to make sure that you're nurturing yourself and that you're telling yourself that you're loved, because some of you could be going through it when it comes to the mental aspect. We also have speeches and speaking. It says you have an important message to deliver that can help others. So some of you could be somebody who genuinely has like this, how do I say this? You may be somebody who is inspiring to other people who may not understand your struggle and may not understand where you came from as far as your growth is concerned. Some of you also, you're somebody who can just genuinely be a speaker if you wanted to. You may have influence. So some of you need to actually hone in on that. And like I said before with the teacher thing, if you're somebody who enjoys actually, speaking to the youth and just educating people in general, I definitely would say go towards that career if that's something you're interested in. Okay, so we also have harmony that came out. We have children. We have power and answered prayers. So these cards have been coming out for a lot of signs already. But with these cards coming out, for a lot of you, the first message I'm getting, it's time for you to make amends with whoever you may have children with. If you have children with somebody, you guys don't have the best relationship. I'm not saying get back in a relationship with this person. I already know somebody's about to type that. I'm not saying get back in a relationship with this person. I'm saying make sure you have an amicable relationship, because there's nothing more toxic than to have two parents who don't get along and a child can sense that, or a child has to be put in the middle of that. So if you are dealing with that situation where the family dynamic is toxic because you guys hate each other's guts, and because of that the child has to be in the crossfire, there's a need for that to shift, because that can genuinely become a problem in the future. Okay, and others of you, if you're in a relationship and there's just childishness going on in the relationship, there's a need for you guys to find a more mature way to deal with the disagreements or the lack of understandings that are going on as well. Okay. Some of you, if you've been very intentional with the way that you've been, putting your vibrations out there, and you've been taking your power back in regards to understanding that you hold the keys to your manifestations of what happens around you, you will really start to see your prayers be answered, especially if you have been really specific with the universe. Some of you need to be more specific. You need to be more in tune with exactly what you're looking for, okay? It's one thing to say you want something, but if you're not really detailed in regards to that, then how are you or God or the universe supposed to know how to execute any sort of plan to get there? It's like, okay, I want a car. Okay, well, what type of car do you want? How much does it cost? How much do you need to save to get there? How much can you take out of your check? You need to get really specific. Like the vagueness of things that you want, it lacks accountability when you're vague. It basically puts you in a place where you don't have as much accountability as you should. So that's why you have to be very specific, because it holds you to the fire and also holds the universe to the fire to deliver. But this is what I see. I'm going to stop right here. Thank you so much for watching this, Virgos. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, thumbs this video up. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell. If you want a reading, check that information out below. And thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.